Hello, here we are again with Fiction in Real Life with Heather B. Moore, Jennifer Moore, Julie Daines, and Jen Geigle Johnson. We're so happy to be here with you and super excited to talk Thanksgiving. Are you guys ready for some fun fiction in real life stories? Before we start, did anybody have any updates? I didn't ask beforehand. I think Julie said she had something she wanted to update us on in her author life.
I've just got my book coming out December 5th, so please look forward to that, and I hope everyone loves it.
Yay.
I know I will. Robin Hood Regency is like is it Regency or Victorian?
It's Regency. Regency for
That
sure.
is my favorite. I cannot imagine a more favorite book, so I'm thrilled myself. Anybody else have news they want to share? Nope.
Not
okay.
really.
All right. No. I will share my sort of news. It's our giveaway today. A Tenuous Betrothal launched in August, and I have a free print copy to be chosen from anybody who comments, likes, shares, or gives attention to this post on any of our pages. So you can even hop over to YouTube and leave some comments. Anywhere you leave comments, you're entered to win a free copy of A Tenuous Betrothal, which is my Regency Royal. So I have 3 out. This one launched in August, and I love talking about royals in the Regency time period, and it's just the next thing. So there we go. That's our freebie, and we hope you guys can enter to win, help us out. But in the meantime, we're going to start talking Thanksgiving. So we did a bunch of research, and we love your entries, by the way. Thanks for the Christmas ones coming up and everything you guys do to support us. In my research, though, I found something I wanted to share. We're not going to talk about booking it because this gets booked a lot. But one thing I discovered is there was this study done by a reputable company that found that 1 in 4 people, particularly in the millennial kind of age bracket, actually fake relationships when they bring people home for Thanksgiving. And so I don't know whether to laugh, cry, or be intrigued by that, but it is actually a thing. So all these romance books that we all write about fake relationships and fake dating actually stem from real life experience in some cases. So they bring home a girlfriend or a boyfriend to show Aunt Marge that they really are dating and progressing in this world. And I don't know. So that is a real life thing. And I wanted to just pass that on. If you're considering a fake relationship, you're not alone. But we also, I thought we'd share some kind of fun, quirky, lighthearted things today. And each of the other 3 authors has a story, and we'll do the normal where we decide whether or not to book it. So Heather B. Moore, do you want to go first?
Sure. So this story you found is about someone who was really excited to try a new turkey recipe, and they bought one of those big disposable aluminum pans with the handles on it. So they cooked the turkey, but of course, as we know, when you take out even those pans, you need like a cookie sheet under it when you take it out. But this guy, he did not do that, and he decided just to pick it up by the handles and take it out, and the turkey fell, and the whole bottom of the aluminum pan collapsed, and then it caught on fire and scorched the ceiling and everything. God. So that's something that I am always deathly afraid might happen to me, because I've done Thanksgiving at my house for several years now. So, it's just more convenient for me to do the turkey, so it doesn't have to be transported. But I just remember that moment of moving the turkey from the oven to the counter is like the scariest moment of the whole year.
And it kind of sizzles up, and it's hot, and there's water. I mean, grease in the bottom. Grease fires. This is a big deal. Okay, that's fun. I know we all worry about that, and I think it's happened to more than one person. So let's decide if we're going to book that. Julie, are you going to book that, or would you?
I would book that. So I read this also, and apparently it was a 30-pound turkey, right? And that feels like something I would do. I always think we need so much more food than we actually do need at Thanksgiving. So that kind of sounds like something I would do, is try and overcook this ginormous turkey. But yeah, I would love that. And it would be so cute if the fireman came, and then he was like a really cute guy, and then, got a whole story right there.
Oh, I love it so much. That's awesome. And I don't even think I've ever seen a 30-pound turkey. Those things are huge.
It's huge.
All right, Jennifer, are you booking it or not?
I would book it. Yes. I think it's hilarious. And yeah, a 30-pound turkey. Yeah, I think it's funny. And the only time I ever cook a turkey is once a year. So I can totally see, you always try something new because you don't have like a routine turkey, that you do every time. So, yep, I love it. I think it would be funny in a story.
Awesome. Heather, what about you?
Yeah, I would book it too, just because I think everyone can, well, maybe not every single person, but a lot of people can relate. They've either had to cook a Thanksgiving dinner or help out or attend one that there is some food disaster. So I think it'd be a fun, rom-com or, a meet cute as well.
I agree. So I'm right with all of you. I would totally book it. Sorry, my paper's always so big. But yes, I absolutely would for all the same reasons you guys said. So, all right, let's talk about the next story. Jennifer Moore, what do you got for us?
Here's a story that happened when I was a kid. We were getting ready to go to a Christmas party or a Thanksgiving party. I guess it was a Thanksgiving dinner, not a Christmas party. We were getting ready to go, and it seemed like my mom was just frazzled just because she's cooking and she was getting, everybody dressed, and she was kind of doing a bunch of stuff, and she had made, it wasn't a pie. That's why I can't remember if it was Thanksgiving or not, but I'm going to say Thanksgiving because this is our Thanksgiving episode. But it wasn't a pie. It was like in a cake pan, like a 9x13 pan, but it was a pumpkin kind of thing. And I think it had like cream cheese or I don't know. Anyway, it was on the counter and she had finished it, and we were all getting ready and getting coats on and stuff. And she sent me into the kitchen to get it. And I was looking at it and I was like, Mom, this doesn't look right. And there were like big, like gouges in it. And we couldn't figure out what it was. And then we both, like at the same second, it clicked and we knew that our dog had like long tongued, you know what I mean? Tongued it out of there. And we just like looked at each other, and my mom got a spoon and squished it all flat and poured like whipping cream all over the top and handed it to me and told me to just tell nobody. So that was our I'm like, anyway, she must have been so pretty. She must have been at the end of her holiday rope. Sorry.
Well, I love that. You just say, I'll get something else for dessert.
Yeah, I know. I'm not hungry.
I bet you so many people can secretly relate to that. I heard actually a couple stories similar to that as I was researching this. And I think a lot of people can relate. I don't know how much we're going to admit that, but So I would book it. I think it's funny. It's relatable. It's real. And it shows like a likable side to a character. I just think I'd totally book it. What about you, Julie?
I would also book it too. I think it's so funny. I think you could, start off a book with that and just go in any direction. It's a good story and a little bit disgusting.
Yeah, like a lot disgusting. Heather, what about you?
Yeah, I would book it just because I feel like I had a similar experience when I was once driving from my grandma's house with my grandma to my parents, and we had made my dad this lovely German chocolate birthday cake. And we came around the freeway off ramp or on ramp actually, and there's just all these cars stopped. So I just slammed the brakes, and you just heard the cake go against the back seat. And my grandma just said, "Don't turn around, just keep driving." So you drove the whole way like 30 more minutes, knowing there's a cake smashed in her back seat.
Just like don't.
Desperate times.
That is so funny. Yeah, we could tell lots of these stories, but I was at a dinner being served at our local church, and the lady in charge of serving it didn't know that I had been at the dinner, and she was recalling this time when she had dumped a casserole onto the floor and literally like scooped back in the parts that weren't really touching the ground and brought it back in and served it to us. And I was like,
these are scary stories. We should have saved these for the Halloween episode.
I know. I was actually there for that. Thank you for telling me. Anyway, it was funny. Jen, what would you do? Would you book this story?
I'd book it. It kind of reminds me of Anne of Green Gables when they're about to, I don't even remember the part of the story. They're about to eat something that they had found a dead mouse in.
That pudding.
And then right before they take a bite, she's like, "Stop!" So that's what I think I'd do. I wouldn't go to the dark side like my mom did. I would stop everyone.
The dark side. I think that's hilarious. Well, good job, ladies. All right, we have one more story for you. Julie, what do you have for us?
Okay, so this one came from a a lady who was at her family's house for Thanksgiving, and they were making their sweet potato casserole. And you know how some people put the marshmallows on top? Well, she had homemade some marshmallows. I don't even know how you would do that, but she had made her own marshmallows, and she put them on top of the casserole and then stuck it under the broiler to, brown them up a little bit. But turns out that homemade marshmallows don't really just brown up, they turn into flame. So they pulled it out of the oven, and the whole top was just on fire. And the dad was like, "Oh, nice. That's so creative." He sweet potato flambe or whatever. So anyway, they scraped what they could of the burnt part off and ate it and said it was the best sweet potato casserole they ever had. And now sweet potato on fire is like their new family staple for Thanksgiving.
I love that.
They call it
so
flaming
much.
Sweet potato casserole, I guess.
I think that is epic. Okay, Jennifer, what would you do? Would you book that?
I would book it. I love it when weird new traditions are made. And that's also, I did not know you could make marshmallow. What, isn't marshmallow just made out of marshmallow?
I don't know.
So
I don't know
that
how
is
to do
interesting.
it.
But yeah, I love it when something is an accident and it turns into like the family's favorite thing. And that's fun.
Me too. Heather, what about you?
Yeah, I would book it and I would eat it because I love basically every dish at Thanksgiving. So now I'm very hungry. But yeah, it would be fun new family tradition, fun, humorous moment in the story. So yeah.
I'm so with you, and now I'm starving. Julie, what about you?
I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm also starving.
Yeah.
I would definitely book it. I think it's a cute little story. I mean, all of these have been really funny and could just be anywhere in a book to just kind of add a little fun and humor and whatever. So I would book it.
Same here. I would totally book it for all the same reasons. I've loved this episode and researching it. Just a lot of fun, a lot of lighthearted humor. Like, get ready for the holidays, people, and just laugh at the things that go wrong because something's going to hit the fan. Something's going to be terrible. Just laugh because 10 years later, it'll show up on Fiction in Real Life. And we're all going to be laughing about it anyway. So keep that in mind these holidays. And remember to enter to win a tenuous betrothal. And if you guys think of anything that you think would be worthy to share on Fiction in Real Life, please email us. We read them. We love them. They will show up eventually. We categorize things carefully. So please continue to support us and send your ideas and stories. We are so blessed by them. And by you. So thanks for being here. And remember to check back in with us in 2 weeks on Fiction
in
Real
Life.
Yay!